I'm back with lab 7, which is titration for acetic acid and vinegar. So we're gonna get set up. This is my setup right now, and then we're gonna be back. So right now I currently have 3 textbooks stacked up. I know I'm gonna have to find more, but I'm just using my notes and then copy paper. And I have my syringe and my tip thing, and I just screwed it on, so I'll be back. I'm now going to start by filling up with my distilled water 7 milliliters of my titration. And I'm going to do the rest off camera. So now my goal is to get comfortable doing 1 drop at a time, which is going me currently, but I'm going to get there. Oh. Oh. Now I'm going to pour my water down the sink and dry everything off. Now I'm going to go in with sodium hydroxide, and I'm going to fill it up 9 milliliters to 10 milliliters. I'm going to fill it up some on camera, and then I'm going to do the rest off. I'm now going to get the air bubbles out of my titration. By placing this paper towel under here, I'm now going to get the bubbles out. Alright, I got the bubbles out. Now I'm going to put 5 milliliters of vinegar into my granulated cylinder. I also want to show myself dripping it into my graduated cylinder. With my granulated cylinder, I'm going to pour it into my beaker. I'm going to take a little bit of my distilled water. Very tiny bit. I'm going to give it a little swirl, and I'm going to pour it into there as well. So I'm now going to go in with 2 drops of my phenolphthalein. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering. There's not a lot in here, so I'm struggling. I'm going to go in with my 2 drops. So for my first trial, I'm going to put in 8.9 because that's how much is in my titration. So I do want to state that I'm going to do the drops off camera, but I do want to come on and just show like every 10 or 15 drops that I'm doing it right. I'll come in here. But I have to hold it. And then it sits away 5 seconds. Swirl. 2. Alright. And then 1. And then swirl. So I decided while I was doing the drips that I'm gonna come back every 1 milliliter that I go down. So I started at 8.9 and now I'm working my way, I worked my way down to 8. So I've made it down to 7. I wanted to show right there, 7 milliliters, and I still haven't gotten any color pink. So I went a little fast, but I got to 6 milliliters, and it's still really no pink color all the way. But I'll be back when I get to 5. So I've made it to 5 milliliters and still no pink. So I will be back at 4. So I finally got my solution to stay pink for at least 5 seconds. And it was on 4. I wanted to show it was on 4. So I'm going to enter that in my data. So since I got a total of 4 my last time, I'm going to fill my titrate up to 8 again. Well, a little over 8. I'm going to fill it up to 9 this time. Well, no, I'm going to fill it up to 6. Yeah, 6 is right. So now I'm going to take my graduated cylinder and I'm going to measure 15 milliliters of my vinegar. And I'm going to do the rest off camera. As you can see, we got it dripping, and I'll be back. So I'm now going to pour my vinegar into my granulated cylinder. And then again, I'm going to take my distilled water and pour just a tad bit in. Not too much, but just enough to kind of swirl it around and get that excess vinegar to be put in there. I'm then going to go in with the 2 drops of my phenolphthalein. I can't really pronounce it, but I'm going to do this off camera because it's really hard for me to get down in there. So I've now got my 2 drips of my phenolphthalein, and I'm just swirling my solution around that is in my thing, and I'm going to go in with my drips at 5-second paces, and I will be back for each milliliter. Alright, we are down to 5 milliliters, and I wanted to show on camera that we are at 5, and no color change in my solution. I'm now down to 4 milliliters, and we still have no color change. I am down to 3 milliliters, and still no color change. So I'm currently down to 2 milliliters here, and it is not truly staying for 5 seconds, but I feel that we are close. So my pink has started to stay for longer than 5 seconds, even when swirling, and I'm picking up 1.2 milliliters. If you can see, and the pink. So I'm back from washing my glass beaker, and I have dried it really good. And I'm now going to add 6 milliliters back into my syringe, and I will be back. So now that I am done adding back my 6 milliliters, I'm taking my granulated cylinder, and I'm going to add 5 milliliters of vinegar into my granulated cylinder. And I'll do that on camera. I'm going to move it to where you can see all the way. And move my hand. And I'll come back whenever it's all filled up. So I'm going to show on camera of me pouring my vinegar into my glass beaker. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my distilled water, just to get all that vinegar out, make sure that it's all out. Just a little bit of this. I'm going to close her up, give her a little swish, and then pour. So now I'm going to add my phenolphthalein. Can't pronounce that, no, I botched it. But it's really hard because it's not a lot in here, and it's really hard to get with the pipette. So I'm going to do this off camera just to save a little time. So I'm done adding my 2 drops of that, and I'm just going to give my glass beaker a little swirl, and I'm now going to start adding my drops in, and I am starting off at 6 milliliters, and I'm going to fill it up until my solution turns pink, completely pink, or stays pink for 5 seconds. So I will be back. So I wanted to come on and show that I made it to 5 milliliters, and still no color change. So we'll be back at 4. So I'm back at 4 milliliters, and still no color change, but I will see you again at 3. So I forgot to record at 3, but I'm a little below 3, in between 2 and 3. So I will for real be back at 2 this time. So I'm back at 2 milliliters, and it's looking like I might be back at 1. So my solution is pink, and I'm going to record that at around 1.30 milliliters to make my solution turn pink. So it looks like I'm done with my experiment. Everything I'm about to clean up and put away, and thank you so much for watching.